Hey everybody, this is Walt.
This is Max.
And you're listening to our podcast, The ABCs of Rock and Metal.
Anti-Seminal. We are, as always, Useless Info Inc. And today we have the pleasure of having Awesome Dave with us.
Hey guys.
Dave.
Glad to be back.
Great. Awesome Dave. So we are doing Godsmack. We're doing Godsmack's Faceless. Right, well, give us some background on the band and the album.
This is Godsmack's third album, released in
2003?
April 2003. Yeah, on Universal Republic Records. Produced by Sully Erna and David Petrell, who also produced Tool's Anima and Lateralis, along with Smashing Pumpkins' Oceana.
Oh, okay.
So they went with this producer because, I mean, you listen to Tool, and they got some real heavy tribal things going on. Godsmack always kind of messed around with that tribal sound on their previous albums. I mean, you look at songs like Voodoo on their first album. And so I think they wanted to embrace that side of themselves a little bit more and get heavier production, especially coming off Awake, their second album, which was heavy, but not as heavy as Faceless. It just wasn't as heavy as Faceless, to me anyway. The lineup is Sully. This is the first album with Shannon Larkin on drums, who originally started out with, believe it or not, Ugly Kid Joe.
Right.
Remember Ugly Kid Joe? I couldn't even name a song.
I Hate Everything About You.
That's what it was, right? Right.
Yep.
Their big hit, yeah. So, but he's a great drummer on this. Erna is also a drummer, so I could see him having input in what Larkin was doing on this album.
Okay.
I think it's kind of anti-seminal, just because I think the wave of new metal was kind of dipping at this point.
Do you know we call our podcast anti-seminal, right?
Yeah.
So it's not kind of anti-seminal, it's anti-seminal.
Some people might disagree with this album.
Yeah,
that's why I'm saying kind of, because I don't want people coming after me.
No. Why do we think it's anti-seminal?
Okay. I think it's anti-seminal because, let me retract that. Yeah, smacked on the hand with a ruler.
No hedging. We just own this.
All right. I know it's anti-seminal because...
People are entitled to their opinion.
Okay.
And if they want to debate this online, sure. But
debate us.
But why we think it's anti-seminal is... Over to you.
New metal was dwindling. It's 2000 and it hit a big stride for a minute. I kind of took it like a flash in the pan, especially with another moniker like post-grunge or new metal. You know, these were just bands doing their thing at the time.
Yeah.
It was really big, I think, around starting in maybe 98 to 2000. There was a short pocket where it was all Korn, Limp Bizkit, Kid Rock,
Killswitch Engage.
Tell us how you really feel. Godsmack was up there too. They got lumped in with it, but out of all the new metal bands, I think Godsmack was a little bit more just heavy rock.
Okay.
I think they're the top of the heap.
Yeah. Out of all of them. Yeah. I mean, I kind of fell for it for a minute too when Korn first came out. I liked their stuff, but I hate to say it, I don't really listen to Korn anymore.
Yeah.
I will come back to some Godsmack records. When it came out, I think it was their top selling record, which doesn't mean it's seminal. If it was a top
exactly. Yeah.
You know, with Purge trends and what have you.
Yeah.
So if Korn's record comes out and they put a record out at the same time, you know how it went with grunge too. Everybody was buying the same albums from the same groups no matter what came out, if they came out around the same time.
Yeah.
And I hate those titles. I hate grunge. I've said this a million times before. I hate new metal. What the hell is new metal?
Spelled N-U, right?
Yeah, N-U dash or whatever the hell. Didn't even have the class to put an umlaut over the U. Then I would have been like, okay.
New
right,
metal.
You know, I'll go with it. But just like in the 90s with bands like Pearl Jam, Alice in Chains, like we've talked about before, Nirvana, a lot of bands were copycatting. There were the bands that came out, like I just mentioned, Korn, Cold Chamber. These guys were all kind of the forerunners of it. I think Godsmack was just under the radar. Those guys were bigger. And Godsmack was touring with bands, bigger acts, to be honest, like Metallica at one point, or Motley Crue. They got to tour with... So they kind of niched out that they weren't really part of that genre of music at the time. They were going for something else. Good. They did pay their dues in Massachusetts. You know, they're a Massachusetts band. They had been around for a while. I think they formed something like, I don't know, in the mid-'80s. And I know that three of the members are all founding members, including Sully Erna, who's the main songwriter as well. So, yeah, that's basically the backstory on this.
From this album on, this is basically the lineup, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like this is the first one with the current lineup. Dave, your thoughts?
So wait, so just to establish, I guess the first two albums are the seminal albums, right? The self-titled debut and then Awake?
I would say the first album.
First album is seminal, definitely.
And basically with the first album, which I really like, if it's true, I have no idea, but Erna has said, you know, per online, you can't really trust online. That album was their demo. They basically went into the studio with the same demo and just maybe remixed it. So that's pretty strong, to walk in with a demo that strong. And that album did chart and sold well, and it was all over MTV and VH1 Classic, which is funny.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
VH1 Classic kind of became the new MTV for a while.
Yeah.
They were playing more rock bands and all this kind of stuff. So, yeah, I remember hearing it all over the place. And finally, I hate to admit it, but I found the first Godsmack album in a bargain bin. And I bought it, and I said, dig it. I dig it for $2. So I guess I owe you guys some money. Not really. I bought the other two full price, so forget it. Fuck that. Anyways.
All right, let's get into it, right? Okay, first track is Straight Out of Line. We begin with the sounds of war.
Very the one.
That's appropriate.
Yeah,
given
exactly.
Hetfield's
Yeah, yeah.
influence on Erna.
I love the smell of napalm in the morning.
Great drumming.
Yeah.
Little tribal. Yeah.
I'd say so. Yeah, Larkin really working it here. Remember the video had, which I always like when you have the band playing in a room with some nice quick shots or what have you, you know, some good cinematography. But then they always have to disperse it with these odd shots of odd people walking around naked, you know, like somebody covered in all white chalk and stuff. And there's a point where he's writing incantations on the floor, and it's like, why not just focus on the band playing? You know, then some woman falling out of a bathtub, or I don't understand why. So obviously they were influenced by the 90s, but why follow that 90s video format once again, like I was saying on the previous podcast with Faith No More?
It seemed to me that sometimes they would just like get stuck with some record company who would say, this is going to be your video director, this is how it's going to be.
Right.
Because bands typically didn't have a lot of control,
Yeah.
True.
you know?
True.
It just, yeah.
And I mean, and they were on Universal.
True, yeah.
So I think that's a strong opener.
What do you think, Dave?
Yeah, I agree. I dig the drums on that. I think it drives the song.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Probably one of the more complex on the album.
Yeah.
Especially drumming technique-wise. I dig it.
And a very deliberate guitar solo, I noticed. Yeah.
With the kind of wailing feedback here and there.
Yeah,
swooping
yeah.
notes. And then until it gets into his solo. Where I think he even uses maybe a glass slide at one point. But don't hold me to that.
Yeah. All right, next up. This is Faceless, the title track.
I like the wah-wah pedal on this.
Much more psychedelic guitar style on this one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have they used wah-wah before?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, okay. So
Yeah,
it's not,
I
not
believe
something
they
new for
have.
them.
Yeah.
Okay.
What else do we think?
Yeah, Tony Rumbola, another founding member, I believe. But yeah, he used it on previous records. There are points here where Erna's voice, I mean, he's going for the "Bah!" and then he reels it in a little bit. But there are points where it feels, I don't know, a little ham-fisted to me.
Okay.
A little.
How?
A little.
Tell me.
It feels forced. I'm not saying that he's
Okay.
doing a bad job with the delivery, but it just seems forced to me.
Okay. All right.
You know, that could just be his style, period. But
Okay.
if you really listen to it, it sounds like he's just about to crack. He's just about to break it, you know?
What's your take on that, Dave?
It's decent.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
That's about it.
Okay. All right.
I'm good with it.
Good enough. Shall we move on?
Sure.
Next up, this is not changes, but it is changes, right?
It's not the Black Sabbath changes. They're trying to hit you over the head right now with that opening. You know, there's no lead in like the previous two songs, just kind of goes right into the rhythm, you know?
What I notice is they like to create really kind of minimalist melodic hooks for the guitar.
Yeah.
Like they're very simple, but they're well stated, and they do kind of help drive the songs.
True.
Is my
True.
feel about the musical writing.
I think there's a little more melody in this album than the first two.
Think so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I could see that.
Okay.
Now, I wonder if that's also per working with the producer that they were working with.
Right.
I mean,
Okay.
Erna was involved in the producing with Botchville, but I wonder if maybe he said, okay, why not try doing this? I didn't see anything online in my reading if Erna was really pushing for a more melodic thing. Because
Okay.
there you go, yeah.
Yeah.
You had notes of it on the previous two records, but that's a big
A
change.
little more upfront.
No,
Yeah.
you know. He's going through changes. See? You know? But then once again, new metal / 90s singing style that is a trap with not enunciating certain words,
Yeah.
you know? Where it's like, what do you say right there? Other singers, you can kind of let it go, but a big thing when it comes to Godsmack, you do kind of point out the influences when it comes to Erna's voice. You really do with
Okay.
Hetfield and Lane Stalin. You
Okay,
really
yeah,
point
yeah.
out. You can really
Yeah.
see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do hear it.
Yeah, well, he's acknowledged that. That's
Yeah.
his big influence.
Right.
His style.
Yeah, really.
I think so, yeah. He said that.
I would hope.
Yeah.
You know, you kind of got
You
to cop
acknowledge
to
it.
it after
Yeah.
a while. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody really sounds like Lane Staley, but everybody tried to mimic
Right.
Staley's voice.
Yeah. One thing I noticed on this one and a lot of the other songs is that the guitar solos seem to be kind of kept back in the mix, which sounds odd to me.
Most new metal doesn't even have guitar solos.
That's
right?
true too. Yeah.
So they're
Yeah.
unique in that sense.
Right.
They actually
Yeah,
at least have them.
It's like, they're almost ashamed of the fact that they've got a guitar solo in here. It's weird. Like, listen to it here. Like, it doesn't feel like it's front. Like, I don't know the language about the production, but it just feels like it's back there somehow.
Yeah, like it's not on top when it needs
exactly.
to be on top.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it sounds like a deliberate stylistic choice production-wise.
Right.
But what do you think of it?
On this track especially, I think you're right. On the opener, that wasn't the case.
Okay.
I think you get 2 guitar solos in the opener, where he goes into it, then there's a mini break, and then he goes into another solo. So that's really saying, we got a guy that can play. We're giving him room.
Yeah.
So this, I think, maybe was a stylistic choice. Who knows?
Yeah.
You know, and this guy can play. Rambola can play, so let him play.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think the guy was playing something crazy from when he was like 10 years old or whatever. So you let the guy go. I think what happens too is because it's Sully Erna's baby, so maybe he will say, okay, let's not do this here, let's do this here. You know?
Okay.
And the guy is making Godsmack money, so what's he going to say?
Yeah.
I quit. See ya.
Next we have Make Me Believe.
You don't want to really say that to the audience.
What do you think, Dave?
It's a good driven song.
Okay.
Yeah.
I assume it's got to be some sort of either religious connotation here in the song, or you know what I mean?
You know, I look up the lyrics and there just doesn't seem to be much to grab onto
Yeah.
lyrically. You know, they just kind of is what it is, basically.
Their lyrics, all too often, are just about like angst, and it gets kind of
Yeah,
old.
pretty
Yeah.
general. Yeah.
Well, see, I could see
Not
why
much of a range.
this record would sell with younger people. You know what I mean?
Okay.
If I bought this when I was in my, late teens, early 20s, I'd have been all over this. Like, this is fucking great.
Yeah.
Because it's nothing but, fuck you, fuck this, fuck that, the other thing. So, and I don't believe in nothing, so make me believe or what have you.
Yeah.
It's got that going for it.
Right.
Yeah. Now we have I Stand Alone. This is a single, right?
Yeah, it was also on the Scorpion King soundtrack.
Oh,
I
really?
think.
Okay.
That kind of cheapens it.
Yeah, right? It was in a rock movie. A Dwayne Johnson movie. This one, the lyrics seem very, very simple to me. And he kind of wrote this real quick while he was taking a shit or something. On some toilet paper. Hey, want me to make a song for a rock movie? Okay, here
Is
you
that
go.
on Wikipedia?
I have no idea. If not, I'm putting it up there. Then I'll get the rock coming after me.
So I'll call it I Shit Alone. That doesn't sound good. I Stand
I'm
Alone.
alone.
I'll say I Stand Alone. So all the place where I put shit, I'll just put stand. Hey, there you go. I got this. The vocal sounds really processed.
Yeah.
To me.
Well, and he's also doubled, and there's some effects on it. You know, when I listen to it. The drums do too, actually.
Yeah.
See, the drums
I'm
aren't
hearing
as
that.
strong on the previous tracks. Like I said, this was for a movie soundtrack, so they must have just banged it out and just said, okay, here you go.
Yeah.
So they get attention.
exactly.
And then the record comes out, and it'll help sell records because we'll have a video with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson in it from Scorpion King. That's very processed vocal right there.
Yeah.
And the overlay and the whole thing. That one sounds very ham-fisted to me, too.
Hollywood.
Yeah, very, very much so. I mean, I don't blame them for trying to get on a movie soundtrack with Dwayne. I mean, this is, I think, right when he was starting to blow up, The Rock. So, I mean, he was the star in the movie.
He was already doing wrestling, but at this point he was getting into the movies.
The movie he was in before was, I think, The Mummy. He had a short part or something. Then they did a
Yeah.
spin-off.
The spin-off
right?
is all about him. Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
Those Mummy movies suck.
Yeah. Suck balls. Now we have Realign. Also a single, right?
I do not know.
I think? Okay. Yeah.
I do
That's what
not know.
got, yeah.
Straight Out of Line was a single.
Yeah.
And I know I Stand Alone. Beyond that, I'm not sure which other one was.
It seemed like there were, I thought I Am and Serenity were also singles.
Maybe.
Along with Realign, yeah.
Maybe.
Wow, who knows? Yeah.
I mean, this is around the point where I stopped watching MTV and listening to radio. I was mostly listening to CDs or going online to hear music. You know?
Yeah. What do you think, Dave?
I think that's one of Rombola's best guitar solos on the album, in part because they actually let him do it.
Right.
They just cut him short.
On this?
Right.
On this particular song, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. When you
Yeah,
get there.
yeah, okay. There's a really raw tone for the solo, I noticed. which I think kind of helps.
Helps the track, yeah.
For me, yeah.
Not as polished.
Yeah.
I think what's really holding a lot of the tracks together so far is the rhythm. The rhythm and the drums.
Yeah.
The drums
Yeah.
are solid.
The rhythm section is really good.
You know, once again,
Keeps
going
it
back
going.
to what I was talking about in the beginning, going for this more tribal kind of sound where the drums are more prominent on certain tracks than the guitar, like you were saying.
Yeah.
You know. So yeah.
Yeah. Here we go. Oh no. More vocal.
I like what the song is about, though. Actually,
Yeah. What is it about?
Sully said that he's a weird dude. He said he was,
Just get that out of the way.
he was killed in New Orleans in a previous life, and he's being haunted by evil spirits every time he visits New Orleans.
Okay.
Okay.
That's what the song is about.
All right.
I hate it when that happens.
Yes, right.
Every time I died in New Orleans, that was fucking terrible.
That sounds like a song right there.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Every time I died in New Orleans.
Yeah.
That's the name for a record. Now they're gonna hear this and they're gonna do it.
Yep. Okay, I fucking hate you. I mean,
What do you
no,
think
that's
it's about?
not you, the viewer,
What is
the
that about?
listener. This is actually
Right.
the title of the song. Yeah, I just total angst.
Well, it's
Yeah,
credited
yeah.
on the back as I star star star
Yeah.
star star
Yeah,
star.
yeah,
Hate you.
yeah. Yeah.
Like they couldn't just say fucking on the back of the record, you know?
Yeah.
Or just say I hate you and then, you know, name it I hate you.
Yeah.
Once again, going back to teenage, early 20s angst, you know, if you're in the mood for it, this is the song. You know, and I'll admit, I put this song on when I've been pissed off about stuff.
It's nothing groundbreaking, but it does the job.
Yeah, no, it doesn't reinvent the wheel at all.
Yeah.
But
I kind of like what the rhythm is doing. It's like this kind of stutter stopping thing that fits with the vocals.
yeah.
And parts of the rhythm of the guitar, they're just like, it's like they're dropping bombs or something. I think it kind of works.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I mean, stupid lyrics, of course, but,
I know.
you know.
Well, I do like the line, don't even think I'm playing. You know, them's his fighting words. There you go.
Yeah.
Come on, you gotta hit it.
Yeah.
Well, at least he says fucking
Yeah.
instead of I fucking.
Very Brooklyn-like.
Yeah, right. It's got it going on, you know.
Yeah.
Like I said, this was a standout for me when I got the record, of course. I was like, every time I'm pissed off, I'm going to put that song on. That's going to be a go-to. So, and he does it well, you know. This is where his voice is really well employed with the growling and the yelling and,
Yeah.
you know.
With the
on it.
growling and the yelling.
Yeah, the growling and the yelling and the whole thing, you know. It's ridiculous. It's fucking ridiculous.
Clutch's Binge and Purge is the ultimate fuck you song.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
On a different level, Clutch is like, you know,
Yeah,
through the
right.
roof. And actually, if you can write a fuck you song without saying fuck you,
Right.
I give you
That's
you
something.
credit.
Yeah, that's
I give
something.
you credit.
Yeah.
I Don't Care Anymore from Phil Collins.
There you go. Perfect.
Is
Yeah.
awesome.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. But I mean, in a hard rock sense,
Yeah.
it's hard because it's a go-to.
Right.
And what's going to sell a record, once again, with a label on it, warning parents, it's a good thing. Love the fuck you words.
Releasing the demons.
Again.
Yep.
Got the slow build-up.
This one feels like it has more groove than a lot of the others. And it just like because
Yeah,
of the-
right there, yep.
Yeah, the drum and the bass. Yeah. Yeah.
But there is a lot of that going to start and stop,
Yeah.
which is where I think they started getting more of the Metallica reference with this record than anything else.
Yeah.
With the
okay.
start and stop.
Yeah.
Not old Metallica, but like newer Metallica.
Yeah. What do you think, Dave?
I like it at least because it's a little change from just the angst of the other songs. It's not just a song about life is shit.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But there are demons in there.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, he's releasing the demons, so maybe it's.
But it's
positive thing.
cathartic.
Yeah.
It's a cathartic release of the demons.
It's a step in the right direction. It's a song of personal growth, obviously. And I think with that we can probably move on. And this is Dead and Broken.
He had to release the demons before
Yep.
he could be dead and broken.
Yeah. What do you think, Dave?
All right. Well, my first issue: if you're dead, you're way past broken.
Right.
Pretty
Because
much.
you're dead and broken. That's
Right.
just come on.
Pretty
That's a given.
much.
Right.
Yeah.
I think this one's a bit formulaic.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's my take on it.
Yeah.
Even the title sounds, it's been used, I mean, how many times in other,
Yeah.
you know, with other bands and stuff like this, you know, Dead and Bloated, Dead and Broken, Dead, yeah,
Right.
It's been used so many times, you
Yeah.
know. Or I'm Broken, or, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
A cleverer title, if that's even a word, would be better. something more clever would be preferred here.
Yeah.
And that, see, now he's going back to Safety Zone with the vocals. You know, with the,
Right.
you know, with that.
Or no, lilt.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
See, but then now he's slowly getting into that gruffness again. So basically he has like one switch. It's like, or two notes.
Yeah.
And I'm not dissing him because of it. I mean, you wouldn't want to go on stage after a band like Godsmack that's seasoned. They'll kick you right off the stage. But since, you know, we're sitting here in the comfort of our home and talking about this, we can talk all kinds of shit we want.
I would think they'd be pretty incredible live.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Have you seen them?
No, I have not.
Okay.
I have not.
But I think it would be a lot of fun seeing them live.
Yeah.
You know, I think
No, I believe it.
yeah,
See,
yeah.
I think I prefer them more in a live setting than I do the album.
kind of feel, I'm kind
know?
of feeling that. Maybe that's really their place.
And don't get me wrong, like I said, I still listen to a couple of their albums. You know,
Yeah.
every so often I throw them on. Also kind of takes me back to that point in, you know, the early 2000s and what have you. So it's also a nostalgia factor. And also the search for bands. So it was kind of a last ditch for me to find newer music. It got fewer and further between where I can find something that I liked enough.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was praise or or a diss.
It was kind of half praise,
It was a half-handed.
jamming with faint praise, something protest too much. Someplace in that vein. And this is I Am.
Well, I like that riff just coming in.
The riff is good.
Yeah.
It's a good riff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else, Dave?
It's got my favorite lyrics on the album. It's about
Okay.
drugs, right?
Yes, I believe so.
It's I'm running through your veins. Just consider me your friend. I am until the end.
Yeah.
So I think it's kind of cool.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Or it could be a love song.
Yeah.
Could be.
All right.
Yeah.
You never know. But see, okay, I'm not saying it sounds like it, but it reminds me of Sad But True. Just,
Okay.
it reminds me of it. Not saying it sounds like it.
The feel of it.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
The way it's arranged and all that.
Okay.
Just, you know, my opinion.
Gotcha.
Anything else in this one?
Well, there he goes. He's stretching a little bit vocally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now he's got three different styles going on per this song.
Okay. Yeah.
He's going to hunt me down and punch me in the fucking dick.
And this is The Awakening. This is an unusual track. One thing, it's very short.
That's really just more of a segue, right? Into
Yeah,
Serenity.
it's more of a segue.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's pretty much a segue.
Yeah. It's like this
But see,
tribal chant.
But I would like to see them incorporate this into one of their other songs. To be honest with you, you know,
That could be interesting.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a good segue for Serenity's up next, correct? Right.
Yeah.
So it's a good segue into Serenity, but it kind of comes out of left field from track 10, from what we
it
just
really
heard. From,
does.
you know,
Yeah.
From The Awakening.
Yeah.
So-
it's almost oddly placed at the penultimate position in the album.
Right.
You know, it's like you kind of almost want it earlier. Yeah. What do you
Yeah,
think,
right.
Dave?
It's interesting.
Yeah,
It's something
it is-
different, at
it-
least.
it is
Yeah.
definitely something different. Yeah. Yeah, we might as well just let this run on through the next one because it's only like a minute and 30 here.
I want to know who's doing the vocals because you know damn well that's not Sully Erna.
No.
You know damn well that ain't him.
I-
If it
yeah.
is, I'd say, okay, dude, you got more range. I want to see that. I want to see that shit. You know,
Yeah. It's
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Again, like on the last album, we covered the Faith No More one, like a little tribal chanting going on.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is going to be Serenity
Yep.
here. Much, much more mellow already compared to the other songs in the album. And it really stands out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the album after this, they did an acoustic EP called The Other Side.
Okay.
So if you listen to these back to back, it's almost like, remember when you used to think that artists would leave the last track on their record to lead you into their next album? Did you ever have that kind of idea sometimes when you
Yeah.
were younger?
Right.
So this kind of works with that idea because the next one is them doing some of their numbers acoustically.
Okay.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's, it's
Uh-huh.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
But if I really like what they did with Voodoo on the first album. That was a
Okay.
lot more tribal feeling.
Yeah.
This feels really like, I hate using it again, new metal power ballady kind of. You know,
Okay.
it's
Yeah.
employing the tribal stuff again. It is, and Erna is dialing it back a little bit. But I don't think he has the voice for something like this sometimes.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I hear that.
There, he's better. He's better there. Mm-hmm. You know, losing the gruff a little. Mm-hmm. But this is where every singer wants to be right on top of the tracks, you know, float above everything, or properly mixed into the rest of the band, you know,
Yeah.
rest of the track.
Yeah.
I feel like he's a little too much up front for me with this. And of course, it's his project. He's going to say that, you know. But and I'm sure he'll probably say the same thing. Like, I don't have the best voice running, but I'm getting the job done, and I'm making money. So shut the fuck up.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You armchair fucking critic. You know. But don't get me wrong. I do like the album. I wouldn't own it still if I didn't like it.
Yeah.
But I do have problems with it here and there.
Yeah, yeah. All right, let's talk about the cover.
Okay. So the album cover.
Yeah. What is that?
It's supposed to be a face coming through, I don't know, like a sheet or something, or some rubber sheath, or it's supposed to be some sort of bad silhouette
It looks like
thing.
what happens when that big rubber ball catches the prisoner. You know what I'm talking about?
No, but please explain, and I really want to
The
hear.
TV show, The Prisoner.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
right.
The big rubber ball
Right.
roars and chases him, and at the end, it ends up,
But that's cool. This isn't. This kind of isn't. I
Yeah,
think this
yeah.
is piss poor. They slapped their logo on top of the forehead of this ghoul that's coming through.
Yeah.
And maybe I'm giving it way too much attention. And with the sepia kind of tone here.
Yeah.
I think the album cover was an afterthought, for real. I really do.
Yeah.
They could have come up with something so much better for an album called Faceless.
Yeah.
They're another band. There are so many bands I love that have bad album covers. They didn't put enough thought into this. Or maybe the record company just did it for them and they said, okay, fine, we don't care.
Yeah.
It is what it is. So I think it's a bad album cover.
Yeah, what do
It's
you
a
think?
bad
They
album
went for
cover.
flesh tone on this, right? Like a
Is
flesh
it flesh
color?
tone? Yeah.
So I wonder about that. Is it supposed to be flesh?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's a piss poor. All right. Well,
Sorry, guys. It's, you know,
Yeah.
it's just, you know.
Okay, let's do Gun to the Head.
Gun to the head!
All right. Yes, absolutely. Awesome, Dave. Tell us your top song of the album.
I'll go straight out of the line.
Okay.
Why not?
Why not?
It's a good intro. Yeah.
That's your compelling.
that's my-
reason
that's
to
my
choose
compelling
that
argument.
as the top.
I think it's a decent song.
Okay. All right. Well, can you be more enthusiastic than that, or have you taken the awesome title from Dave at this point? I don't know. Give it a go. Well, give me what you got.
Lazy Dave. Lethargic Dave.
Operating on one cylinder, Dave.
I do like Straight Out of Line as well. But you know what?
Okay.
I'm going to go for the juvenile hate song.
Okay.
I fucking hate you. I'm going to go for that. Just because, like I said, whenever I'm really mad about something and I want to break a plate or whatever the hell, or, punch a wall, that is the song that you put on.
I'm kind of going with you on that one.
Yeah?
Yeah. It just, it captures the album. And I actually do like the music on that one.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not just the aggressive
It is.
energy of lyrics. I think
It's got
the
the
music is really
testosterone,
interesting.
it's
I like
aggressive,
the rhythm.
yeah.
And yeah, I do like that one quite a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. The other way, Dave.
I'm going getting broken.
Okay.
It's just a formula. It's
Like,
paint by numbers
like,
kind
what
of
is
thing.
that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
The other way. All right. Once again, now I'm torn between two again. It's either Changes or Serenity.
oh, okay.
You know what? Just because of the tribal aspect of Serenity, I'm going to save it and I'm going to go Changes.
Okay.
I'm going to say Changes. That one can go. I like what they were attempting on Serenity. I like what they were trying there. So, and it's a good makeout song.
Okay. I'm going with I Stand Alone.
Okay.
Yeah, for the reasons we talked
I
about.
can see why. It's a little overproduced
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's a little ham-fisted.
What is our overall assessment of this album, Dave?
It's decent. I think at least they're trying to do something a little different than the first two albums. A
Mm-hmm.
little more melody, maybe a little more texture. I appreciate trying to add a little something to it.
It's one of those albums that I can really enjoy for like the first 3 songs and kind of enjoy it for the next 3 songs after that, and then I start getting kind of bored.
So the first 6 songs?
It's not that I like them particularly, it's just kind of, I almost feel like there's really only 4 songs on the album, and the other ones are all versions of those songs.
I agree.
It doesn't stand together as an album for me as that compelling. In terms of Godsmack, like just relative to the other albums, I do agree that it's an anti-seminal and worthy of notice if you're into Godsmack or want to give them a try.
Yeah, no,
Yeah. I appreciate it more than I'm into it, I think is what I'm saying.
Okay.
I agree with you in the sense that I would like it better if it was an EP, like a 6-song
I think I would
EP.
too, yeah.
And
yeah.
taking the better cuts off the album.
Yeah.
And not having making the 12 tracks.
Yeah.
If they would have made a 6-song, maybe even 8-song, and got rid of a few,
Yeah.
a couple of new songs in there, I would like it better. And they need to do something with whoever's doing their artwork for their album covers because they need to fire that
Obviously.
motherfucker.
Yeah.
I would like it if it was a shorter album.
Yeah.
But I do agree that they're trying something different. They're trying to be heavier. They got the right producer for a change, and that Erna had a hand in the production helped to a certain extent. So it was a step in the right direction. Now, I have listened to albums after this, and I don't know who they used as a producer or if Erna was doing it on his own.
Yeah.
But I did not like some of the stuff that came after this.
Okay.
So
Interesting.
I feel like this could have been their pinnacle record if they just did a couple of things different.
Yeah.
Or on the next record, just did a couple of things different. Just a couple.
Yeah.
But like I said, just don't come to my house and run me over with your motorcycle or anything like that. Because, I do appreciate I have bought the records.
Yeah.
I have bought them.
exactly. Yeah. Paid good money.
So even though, the first one was in the $2 bin, but still, it's $2.
Yeah. Still money. Still good money.
So, no, I do, like I said, I do dig it. I do dig it, but I do have problems with it,
Yeah. Okay.
to be completely honest.
Yeah. I hear you. I think it's fair.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're gonna move on next, and who are we gonna do next, Walt?
We're going to go into H with Helmet.
Okay. That's what we're doing. I don't think we know yet which album, right?
We'll have to decide.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah,
we
we'll
will
have to
figure it
decide.
out. We'll come back, but we are definitely going to come back with Helmet.
Or you guys should tell us which one.
Yeah.
And we'll actually do it. How about that?
Okay. If
Yeah, why not?
somebody actually
If
tweets
somebody
at
actually
us,
does it?
if somebody actually tweets at us at uselessinfoinco,
Yeah.
we will actually do that. Yeah.
And we'll actually
Yeah,
mention your
that's
name on air.
That's a challenge. Yeah. Or your Twitter handle or whatever. Yeah.
Where are we, Max?
Where are we? Oh yes, we are. We're on Twitter, as I mentioned. We're also on YouTube. We're on WordPress, and we are on Google Play, and we are on iTunes. And we've been noticing that people have been catching us on those platforms, so we appreciate that, and we'd like you to keep coming back.
Absolutely. Keep checking us out.
And we would also like Awesome Dave to come back with us at some point.
Oh, yeah.
I
Thank
think
you.
we can manage that. That'd
Thanks,
be
Dave.
great. Thanks a lot, Dave. This has been fun.
My pleasure.
And I am Max.
I'm Walt.
We are Useless Info Inc., bringing you anti-seminal. We'll catch you the next time. Rock and roll.
Rock and roll.